Hey, welcome back to Don't Run with Scissors. I'm Kelly, your favorite Jeep driving lawyer mom of twins, 4 crazy rescue dogs, and a rescue cat who likes to craft in my spare time. If you're new to my channel, please hit the like and subscribe button. It sends me a message. It boosts my serotonin and my self-esteem, and I could use both. And if you're a returning friend, you already know the crazy you're in for, so grab your drink, sit on back, and let's have at it. So I have been in part gearing up for this next 6 days, 6 courts in 4 days journey. And so it's been a lot of reviewing documents and stuff, getting some other documents taken care of and in. So it's in some ways it's been a quiet week, but in other ways it's been a crazy week. I will probably put in some hours today getting some stuff scanned in, so that we're ready to go for things. Yeah, nothing terribly exciting. I did attend the Jingle Ball. In fact, I'll probably log in here for a little while today. It's been a lot of fun. I don't know. I didn't buy much. I took advantage of getting some of the freebies. So we'll go through what I bought. I did buy the book. I'm trying to think what else I really bought. I bought one of, like, I think it's a porcupine from the Blue Flower. Her freebie was a Christmas fruit bat. Totally different and unique. I love that. I love that from her. Like, she does fantastic animals. Like quirky animals. I don't know. Trying to think what else I bought. I didn't really buy much, because my new way of approaching it, like at the Jingle Ball, is you get so wrapped up in all of, like, oh my gosh, it's an exclusive. It's not going to be. The thing is, it's going to be available next Christmas. It's going to come out. There's none. So far, I don't recall any patterns that haven't been then released later. So it was kind of like, okay, I know what my focus is next year as far as my stitching plans and things like that. I'm like, I can wait a year. So, hasn't been too bad. We extended physical therapy another 2 weeks, so that's a good thing. I'm trying to think what else. I don't know. This next week is going to be busy. I don't know how much stitching I'll get in. And then at the end of the week, Bean is going to go watch my friend's dogs. Well, they are out of town, and so that's going to adjust. We had William's concert Friday night, and I was bad. I initially was planning on, anytime he had a concert, because I have to be there so early because I drop him up. Like, I take him, and then he has to do like all the prep as a librarian and stuff. And so I usually sit there and stitch. And I had thought, okay, when he has a concert and I go early, I'll just work on the French horn piece for him. Well, I just didn't get myself together and didn't take that. I took Modern Folk Embroidery, Fruits of Plenty Sal, which, still a great thing. Like, I'm not complaining. It's just, it was, I don't know, it was very discombobulating. It was a great concert. It really was. Our community, so the band is made up of students, but also community members. And they just do such a fantastic job. And the director is really good. And so, yeah, so that was a very enjoyable Friday night. And then again, yesterday was Saturday, and I spent the day, I took care of some things around here, but then I helped wash the dishes to get them through, because it's been driving me nuts. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, and then I attended the Jingle Ball and took care of some stuff. So let me stop rambling. We all know that next week is going to be crazy. 6 courts in 4 days. I have to do a couple things tonight. as far as work is related, so that we're all set and ready to roll for the week. And then we watched Survivor, because no more Dancing with the Stars, which makes me very sad. So we've been watching Survivor, so that video for last week is up. And I'm getting still caught up in all of that. So, and I still am working on my whip goes. So I'm down to only needing 2 squares left to go on whip go. But I did do the frogging. I don't know if I showed this last week or not. I did the frogging on my son's stocking, on the Vanessa stocking. And I started to put the stitches back in for his name. So yeah. It looks much better. It doesn't look so weird. But I don't know why Busilla does that. Like, if the symbols are one color down here, why should the letters be any different? Why not use the same symbols? Why did you change them up? Why? So we're looking super good there. Oh, I think I have fabric in my mailbox too. I think my Friday night fight night fabric. I think I got notification that is in as well. Last week I also, as part of Dancing with the Stars, I worked on Jeep Van Gogh. And I realized that when I went up, made sure I had enough space going all the way across, somehow at one point I jumped up a row, so I have to frog the corner, which really kind of bummed me out. So I'll show you. So we got him red in the Jeep, because I needed something besides black. So if you look here, right, you can see it pretty clearly here. I jumped up a row, which means all of this comes out and all of this comes out. Now this line I actually think I can fudge, and it not be an issue, but over here in the corner, this for sure is going to have to come out. So I'm kind of bummed about that. But I love this piece so much. And one day I will actually sew I should have done that yesterday when I had the sewing machine out. Added this strip of fabric for that. My plan is to see a lot more of that next year. So, then I worked on modern folk embroidery, because Carolyn it's my piece assigned to Carolyn on survivor stitching is the hashtag we're using. And it was for Caroline, and Caroline got eliminated yesterday. So, and then I worked on it even more during the Jingle Ball, because it just felt like that's what I should be working on it. So I got the tree in the middle is done. I came down, brought these lines down, and did all of this, and we added in the line there. So I believe I'm under 8,000. Oh, and then I started to add in the flowers in there. Now I believe if I was just going to stick straight to black and gray, I believe that for the black stitches I'm under 8,000 left to go. But I do love it so much. So. And it's just on a cream colored 18 count Aida, and it's still this big. Like, Lord have mercy. So it's not going to get called for stitching with Survivor stitching anymore, obviously, because we've eliminated it, the player that it was assigned to. But I do enjoy working on it, and it's fairly easy to take with me. So you may see it again this year, which is not a bad thing. We're getting, when I started the year, I was I at 50%? I was right around the 50% mark. We're now at like the 56%. So it's still slow going, and that's okay. Um, so the next piece I have worked just a tiny bit on is my Epic Oz adventure. Um, it got I owed this piece stitches from the week before, and I will be honest, I don't remember why I owed them. Like, I'm thinking because the person who was assigned Oz got eliminated, but I don't remember who got eliminated to tell you. But I don't know. But the lion is coming in. The problem is that I leave it till I usually stitch in the evenings now, more so than in the morning. And by the time I get around to the evening, my eyes are tired, and those holes are so teeny, and the floss floats underneath some of the fabric, so then you're like constantly going, is that the hole? Is that not the hole? The other thing I think that if I didn't make a working copy of the Cowardly Lion for whatever reason, I mean, I literally could just run it right here. So I always have to double check where I'm at in the pattern without drawing the line, and I think that eats up a lot of time as well. It's weird because on here, I swear they're more straight than it's showing. There we go. I don't feel like I have a ton of room over here to put the Wicked Witch, because obviously I wouldn't want the Wicked Witch next to Dorothy. And I don't know. I may try to put the two witches in the corner. I may try. What's the worst that could happen? The thought of frogging on this fabric is enough to, like, make me shudder. Okay. So we'll keep working away on that. This will be a finish this is one of my priority pieces for next year. I would ideally like to see the lion get done before the end of the year. We'll see. Okay, so then yesterday I was just feeling like I needed to do something Christmassy. And so I went and pulled out one of my sets of ornaments that I'm working on. So I want to stitch the Snow Miser and the Heat Miser. They are like my favorite characters from A Year Without Santa Claus. A Year Without Santa Claus is my absolutely all-time favorite Christmas movie. I know. It's weird. But it's the one where the Heat Miser sings, I'm Mr. Heat Miser. I'm Mr. Hot. I'm Mr. Heat Miser. Kind of thing. And then the Snow Miser comes in and he's like, bum 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 bum. And he thinks that he's a Snow Miser. Okay. So I had started the Snow Miser before, and I was trying to figure out on the pattern, I'm like, this is not making sense to me. And apparently I had mixed up some stuff, and I was like, yeah, this is not going to work. And I didn't feel like frogging, because we all know I hate frogging, and if I can just start it over in a different spot and not have to frog, I absolutely will. I know. It's a bad habit. So, this is on a piece of 18 count Ada that was dyed by Wanderlust Fabrics. She was not at StitchCon this last year, not at least not at my weekend. She had been the two previous years, and she always had. Her fabrics are beautiful. They're lovely to work with. So I had already stitched Colton and this is Colton. This is Clementine, and I had stitched Dominic the donkey. So I was going to put Heat Miser and Snow Miser up here. So this is my old start. That's the new start. And it does show it better in person because the fabric is more of a green. Because I want to say the color is like mock turtle. So it's actually more green. But I got pretty far on him last night. On a snowmaster. That's another one, like, in a perfect world, that will get done this year. But I would like to FFO my ornaments. And especially because Dominic the Donkey is a gift. And I'm supposed to send the same person the Grinch and Max. Let me go for next year. Okay. So that's all of my stitching. I know. We're 16 minutes in, and I've showed you all of my stitching. So now you're going, well, now what, Kelly, right? Probably not. Probably like, oh, still a lot of stitching. And I'm proud of my stitching, don't get me wrong. But yesterday, I was like, okay, let's pull out, I pulled out my iron and my ironing board. I put the interfacing on Kay and Dennis, who would be Kenneth if you had to hashtag them, I suppose. And got out my sewing machine, and I FFO'd Kay and Dennis. I so love it. So that's the fabric that she picked out at the grocery store, at the fabric store, and didn't know why. It's so soft. Oh, so soft. And then I stuffed it super, super full so that, and I thought, honestly, I thought it would be a lot bigger. But I sewed right on the edges of the stitching. Like, really and truly. I didn't, like, cut off stitching or anything. But it's so good. She's so gonna love this. So I'm super excited. So, yeah. So that's all of my stitching. I have an FFO, which is so weird, like I said. Like, I've probably FFO'd more stuff this year than I have in the last couple years combined. So I have a few ornaments I need to stitch. I need to do my Jeep Pal one for sure. Well, I want to. I don't have to. I'd like to. I'm still a little behind on my Survivor stitching, but that's okay. Like I said, I'm super busy with courts and filing documents this week. But we'll see what we get done. I don't know. And then next week I'll have printed off, hopefully the pictures from Jingle Ball of what I bought and have my fabric to show you. I will be honest with you, I don't even know what piece I won in Friday Night Fight Night. I think it's a piece of One More Reproduction. I think so. Which is good because I really like that color. So, I mean, I'm not disappointed. Like, whatever I get, I'm going to be thrilled with. It's just going to be more of a surprise. So, we'll have Survivor on Wednesday night. So, I'll come out with an update on Thursday morning. So, yeah. It's all good. Those are done dishes, so I'm excited. And so yeah, so today we're gonna drive to Ypsilanti and back, and I'll be able to. And William has to work. Um, I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something that I'm not telling you guys, but I'm like trying to think, and I'm like, I don't know. We have not put up the Christmas tree, but in general, this area has been staying kind of. We cleared it off for something. I don't remember. For Thanksgiving dinner, we cleared it off. And so what I have been doing is I have a box that now sits on my dresser in my bedroom. And I've been trying to keep my projects that are kind of in my active whip rotation in that box rather than up here. So with the exception of, like, I pulled out the interfacing and the stuffing, this area has been staying pretty cleared off. So I think I may put a small tree up here just so that I feel like we have a tree, because it feels weird not to have a tree, but like right now in my living room, there's no way. I also learned you can hire even like a virtual assistant who will handle your scheduling. I didn't know that. I know that sounds really stupid to say that, but I really didn't know that. Like, I know I can hire somebody virtually, like from overseas, to answer my phones and take phone messages for me, which I'm not comfortable with that. But I'm thinking that, and then I talked to another friend of mine, and they're like, yeah, sometimes that's perfect for like a retired legal secretary who just wants to get out of the house, and can handle some of those like basic little things. And then for social media, they're like, yeah, check your local community college, which I'm super active at our local community college. Like, both my kids go there. I just graduated with another degree there. Like, you'd think I would have thought about that. And they're like, or a high school kid, and let them manage the social media. You like, certainly I would still approve everything. I would film the shorts for the YouTube channel, but that would take. But like, as far as like uploading them and scheduling them and stuff, I don't necessarily have to be the one who always does that. I can hire somebody to do that for a few bucks, and that frees me up to either actually relax and get some other projects done or whatnot. So, um, I think that's going to be one of my big goals for next year, early in the year, is to find a person to sort of stand in that gap, um, which would definitely take a lot of stress off me. So, um, and then I have my New Year's Eve planned out with my 12 by 12. Although I watched Pam and Steph last week, and they're not doing 12 by 12 this year. So on New Year's Eve, they're going to do a whip parade, which is probably going to take 12 hours. I just like, I can't imagine how many whips they have between the two of them. I will most likely do a whip parade, um, where there'll actually be whips versus like stuff I have kitted up, because I have a lot of things that are kitted up, but like, there's no point in showing that if it's just like, really, do you really want to see which fabric I've paired with a pattern? Like, you'll see that as I pull things out. So, um, yeah. So I will do one of those. It won't be this week. It may be the week between Christmas and New Year's Eve. Like I said, I have my 12 by 12. I have my colors picked out. I don't necessarily have a project associated with each of the colors, um, yet, and that's okay, but I have my colors picked out. Um, Otherwise, I am working on my WIPGO board, so I have to have a couple more names to fill in, for blocks for when they get called. Um, but I don't want to overly schedule myself. I know Kim's probably laughing. Like, this year, my word of the year was simplify. I don't like, and it didn't really happen. I mean, a couple things got simplified, but really and truly, it didn't happen. If I'm going to be totally honest with myself, I think that, and in some ways, that's okay. Um, I I think my word for 2025 is to be more streamlined about stuff, which sounds like, is streamlined really an appropriate word? But like, to have to be able to put procedures in place so that there's routines, so that like somebody can stand in for me and be like, okay, here's your schedule for the week. Um, what about X? What about, like those kinds of things? Or that there's streamlined procedure, that we get all the files uploaded, like scanned in and uploaded, so that I can shred really old files, kind of thing. so that somebody else can take care of like sending out billing, like that there's just automatically a procedure that as long as I'm logging hours, um, they're getting sent out, you know, things like that. Going back to, meal prepping for the week so that, we're not running around at the last minute and eating so much fast food and spending so much more money because we're eating so much fast food. Um, so yeah, so maybe it is streamline, which I don't know. Is there a better word for it? If there's a better word for it, throw it down below. So, but with that, I'm going to let you go so that I can get some work done before I have to take the boy to work, and Bean and I had to give Solani for that. So remember, you are smart. You are beautiful. You are cherished. You are strong. You are loved. You are needed. You are wanted. And most of all, you matter. So if you need me, reach out. I'm His Princess Kelly on Instagram. You can find me on the Book of Faces. Um, and yeah, let me know what your plans are for New Year's Eve. That would be interesting to me. So we'll see you next week or on Thursday if you're following me for Stitching Survivor. And we'll go from there. Talk to you later.